Sega consoles, Sega consoles, Sega consoles. They have a rather crazy history, wouldn't you say? From the whirlwind success of the Mega Drive in the 16-bit wars, to the powerful Dreamcast crashing out at the dawn of the millennium. There was always something interesting going on the entire time they were in the race. Perhaps one of the most interesting topics relating to Sega consoles are some of the crazy add-ons associated with them. Most are familiar with the rocky history of, say, the Sega Mega CD and 32X, but recently we have covered lesser known peripherals that would never see retail releases, such as, say, disc drives for both the Sega Mega Drive and even the Dreamcast. Today, however, we are going to look at yet another strange add-on that never did quite ever reach door shelves. So without further ado, hello ladies and gentlemen, Big Daddy Top Hat here. This is the story of the Sega Master System Disk System. Yeah! To fully appreciate the significance of today's story, we must journey back to the year 1983 in Japan, a time that marked the inception of a fierce rivalry between two gaming giants, Sega and Nintendo. This fateful year witnessed the birth of the legendary Nintendo Famicom, a game console that would later make its way to international markets under the name NES, or Nintendo Entertainment System. On one particular day, July 15th, 1983, the gaming landscape would forever be altered, as notably, it was not just the Famicom that emerged into the world of gaming, but Sega too also unveiled its SG-1000 gaming platform. The simultaneous release was not a mere coincidence, but rather a strategic move driven by Sega's apprehension regarding Nintendo's rapid progress in developing their new gaming hardware. Sega harboured genuine fears that the burgeoning popularity of the Famicom could pose a severe threat to their company, and had thus anticipated that if left unchecked, Nintendo might soon encroach upon Sega's most lucrative territory, the arcade market, which was their primary source of revenue at the time. While many may instantly recall the Sega Master System as the prominent 8-bit console that eventually locked horns with Nintendo, it is essential to acknowledge that Sega's SG-1000 was the initial contender in this monumental face-off, no matter how poorly it sold in comparison to the competition. By 1984, the SG-1000 had been completely overshadowed and outpaced by the Famicom, which boasted more advanced hardware and a slew of cutting-edge features. The Famicom's appeal was undeniable, offering players a seamless scrolling experience, vibrant and colourful sprites, and an extensive array of third-party developer support. On the contrary, Sega adopted a more conservative approach, shying away from collaboration with third-party developers, as they perceived them as direct competition to their arcade ventures. In this backdrop of intense competition and innovation, the stage was set for a protracted struggle between Sega and Nintendo, a battle that would ultimately reshape the gaming industry and give birth to a rivalry for the ages. The console war had just begun, with many more chapters of innovation and rivalry yet to unfold. The SG-1000's underwhelming performance can be attributed in part to the fact that its hardware was never originally designed for use in a game console. Instead, it was initially intended for Sega's very first computer, the SC-3000, which also made its debut in 1983. In an intriguing twist of fate, Sega's computer and gaming endeavours would become entwined, with the Sega computer SC-3000 repackaged and co-sold as the SG-1000 game console. This decision was primarily driven by Sega's president Hayao Nakayama, who learned of Nintendo's plans to release a game-only console. Faced with this imminent threat, the company hastily devised a plan to counter Nintendo's impending entry into the gaming market. Moving on past the flop of the first model, the year 1984 marked a turning point for Sega with the introduction of the Sega SG-1000 Mark II, a hardware revision of the original console. This version boasted a significant addition in the form of compatibility with pocket-sized Sega cards, a new type of playable gaming media. Following this, in 1985, Sega unveiled the Sega SG-1000 Mark III, which stood out as a more potent and technologically impressive console. In 1986, this console received a new form factor and was rebranded as the Sega Master System, which was released worldwide that year. As previously mentioned, the driving force behind the development and evolution of these Sega systems was the unrelenting need to counter the Nintendo Famicom. The Famicom continued to assert its dominance in the Japanese market, and appeared to be gaining momentum with each passing day. In fact, 1986 proved to be a pivotal year not just for Sega, but also for Nintendo, as it marked the release of the Famicom Disk System. This electronic contraption served as an add-on for the Famicom, sitting beneath the console and taking advantage of proprietary floppy disks known as disk cards. These disk cards offered a cost-effective solution for data storage and added a new high-fidelity sound channel, further enhancing the gaming experience with support for disk system games. This innovation further solidified the Famicom's standing as a formidable force. Indeed, it might seem like Sega was in a perpetual pursuit of Nintendo in the home gaming market, but the story takes an interesting twist. While Sega did introduce a disk system for the Sega Master System, it's worth noting that Sega had actually beaten Nintendo to the punch by creating a disk add-on for their home hardware previously. Turning the clock back to the Sega SC3000 home computer, we find the origins of Sega's disk-based gaming endeavours. In 1984, a full 2 years before the Famicom Disk System made its debut, Sega introduced the Super Control Station SF7000. This innovative technology allowed the SC3000 to run software from 3-inch floppy disks, marking a pioneering move in the world of home computing and gaming. The Super Control Station SF7000 wasn't just about playing games on a new format, it brought several enhancements to the Sega platform. Among these improvements were an additional 64KB of RAM, 8KB of ROM, a Centronics parallel port, and an RS-232 serial port. This ambitious endeavour showcased Sega's determination to push the boundaries of gaming and technology, earning them a reputation for doing what Nintendo don't. Today, the Super Control Station SF7000 is considered a rare and expensive collectible, partly due to its commercial shortcomings. Its failure in the marketplace is often attributed to its reliance on the less common 3-inch floppy disk format, in contrast to the more prevalent 3.5-inch and 5.25-inch formats that were widely adopted. Nevertheless, this pioneering Sega add-on stands as a testament to the company's innovative spirit. Having learned from their past mistakes, Sega was determined not to repeat them when it came to planning a disc-based add-on for the Sega Master System. This time around, their intentions were clear: to equip the more powerful 8-bit hardware with a device that could utilise the widely adopted 3.5-inch floppy disk format, in stark contrast to its previous venture with the 3-inch format. Examining available images of this new technology, it's apparent that the floppy disk drive could be seamlessly attached beneath the Sega Master System console. This arrangement bore a striking resemblance to the Sega Mega Drive with its Mega CD attachment, creating a consistent and visually appealing aesthetic across Sega's gaming hardware lineup. Intriguingly, it appears that Sega had been contemplating the addition of an expansion slot to the Master System since its inception. A close examination of the console's design reveals an expansion port discreetly situated at the bottom. However, upon closer inspection, it becomes evident that this port had been blocked off, suggesting that the add-on had been cancelled before the Master System itself had the chance to reach many markets. This decision to incorporate a more common floppy disk format, along with the console's built-in expansion port, underscores Sega's commitment to diversifying gaming experience to their users. Had the floppy disk drive for the Sega Master System made its way to the commercial market, utilising the 3.5-inch floppy disks, it could have potentially ushered in a new era of gaming with expanded storage capacity. However, the decision to shelve this intriguing concept was likely influenced by a combination of factors that contributed to the consignment to the cutting room floor. First and foremost, while the adoption of 3.5-inch floppy disks promised greater storage capacity, it came at the cost of slower disk access time. This would have translated to prolonged load times and an overall decrease in the Master System's operational speed. Gamers already accustomed to the instantaneous cartridge-based gameplay might not have taken kindly to such a trade-off. Another significant concern revolved around the mechanical complexity of floppy disk drives compared to the simplicity of cartridge slots. Floppy drives, with their numerous moving parts, inherently carried a higher risk of failure and mechanical issues, potentially compromising the reliability and effectiveness of the Master System. Moreover, in the mid-1980s, 3.5-inch floppy disks were far from cost-effective storage solutions. They remained relatively expensive to produce, which would have made the disks themselves pricey for users. Considering the potential expenses associated with both the Master System and the disk drive add-on, it's conceivable that many gamers might have opted to invest in a full-fledged home computer instead. This alternative would have not only offered enhanced gaming capabilities, but also a broad range of applications, making it a more attractive option for consumers. In hindsight, it becomes evident that the concept of a floppy disk drive for the Sega Master System, while intriguing, faced a series of formidable challenges. Delving deeper into the intriguing history of the Sega Master System's floppy disk drive, or FDD as it's abbreviated, we uncover fascinating details that offer a more concrete view of this once promising concept. An old article from the Japanese Famitsu magazine provides insights, shedding light on the fact that this hardware was not merely an abstract idea, but a tangible object. Evidence of the FDD's existence extends back to its showcase at a US trade show, affirming that it was indeed a real and functional piece of hardware. This exhibition demonstrates Sega's earnest efforts to expand the capabilities of their beloved Master System. Fast forward to the year 2016, the Famitsu website would commemorate the Game On event, an exposition held at Japan's National Museum of Emerging Science and Innovation. This event served as a platform for industry luminaries to delve into the rich tapestry of gaming history, providing an opportunity to reflect on the past and share their experiences. One noteworthy aspect of this event was the presence of individuals who had worked at Sega during the 80s and 90s. These industry veterans regaled the audience with tales from Sega's storied past, offering valuable insights into the company's evolution and contributions to the gaming world. Among these luminaries, Yosuke Okanari took the stage and made an intriguing revelation. He unveiled an image of what he referred to as the Sega Master System FDD, a hardware piece that remains shrouded in mystery even to this day. Mr. Okunari candidly admitted that he possessed limited knowledge about this enigmatic device, further adding to the allure of its historical significance. The fact that years after its inception, the Sega Master System FDD continues to captivate the curiosity of gaming historians and industry insiders speaks to its enduring legacy as a lost piece of console hardware. The Sega Master System's journey through the annals of gaming history took a unique and unexpected turn. While it never required a disk drive to achieve success, the Master System story is one marked by regional variations in popularity. This is particularly noteworthy given that it wasn't a resounding hit in either Japan or America. Instead, the Sega Master System found a devoted fanbase in Europe and Brazil, regions where it enjoyed considerable fame. At the Game On event, Masami Ishikari, an individual with a distinguished career in product research and development dating back to 1979, proudly emphasised this regional divergence. He underscored the Master System's European success, reminding us that different markets can yield distinct outcomes, turning what might have been a niche product into a beloved icon in certain regions. Intriguingly, the tale of the Master System's disc-based add-on did not conclude in the 8-bit era. The Sega brand, known for its innovation and unrelenting pursuit of new gaming experiences, continued to explore the realm of floppy disk technology in the future console generations, as highlighted by the scrapped disc-based add-ons that were developed for both the Sega Mega Drive and Sega Dreamcast. So if this sort of thing interests you, subscribe and check out those videos now. Cheerio!